Hey guys, day two. I think it's March the 10th. I'm hot. It's about 50 degrees out here with gusty winds to about 30, I would say, kind of sustained. Heavy storms overnight. Wasn't expecting those. I must have misread the forecast, and I'm a hammock sleeper, so I didn't actually fare very well. But I stayed warm. My feet got a little wet. I'm gonna show you a view here.
Hey, my name is Chip, trail name Trail Stormer. I live in Pennsylvania. The Sotera State Park is right across the street from my house. The Appalachian Trail Mountain is right across the street from my house. Call my cell.
This is the perfect example of the way folks are on the trail. I muted his volume because he gave all of his personal information, contact information. I'm sure he doesn't want everybody in the country calling him, but met him on the trail. We were talking about the Tennessee Titans. Long story cut short, he invited me when I'm up, get to Pennsylvania, come to his house, take a shower and get cleaned up so I can get freshened up for the trail. Just a perfect example of the way it is on the Appalachian Trail.
And here we are at the top of the real Sasser Mountain. I was wrong. Now, that was just a little baby mountain. This was the real deal. It took about an hour for me to get up, 1,000-foot ascending to the top, and many places were almost straight up. But I don't think you can see much through the trees, but it is a beautiful, beautiful sight. That may be the best sight for today. I haven't been giving you guys much on the video today because there's just really not much to see. And the trail earlier was just so rocky. I was afraid to hold the camera up, afraid I might trip, fall, or fall forward, or whatever. Don't want that to happen. Anyway, there's the view. And next stop for me is Gooch Mountain Shelter. Get some water. Hey guys, just took a few steps. Here's a little better view. I don't know if you can see that or not. I know this camera doesn't pay it justice. Probably looking at 40-50 miles, partly cloudy skies out there, but it's a beautiful sight. This is why we do it, I think. See you later. See that or not? The view's not really great. I'm sorry about that. I'll try to give you an example here in a bit about why they call it the Smoky Mountains. The Cherokees named it that. But I think this is Sasser Mountain. If not, then I'll put the correct location on the video. You see that hill over there, you can't really see the going down there. It's about 1,000-foot drop. It's always nice to get on top of the mountains, but when you go into a gap which is lower where everybody lives, then you got to come back up out of the gap and get back up on the mountain. So it was grueling. That's why my face is so red. Met a guy yesterday, just a heads up, Graham from Avon up on Stratton. I've been there in England, and he walks by. I said, "How you doing?" And he goes, "I sense an accent." And I said, "Yeah, Southern." So we chatted a bit, and he's going to do the AT. Never heard of the AT until last October, and just kind of packed it all up and came over here and going to do the deal. So I'm going to push on. I'm about, I don't know, without getting the this app out that shows me my exact location. But we're going to push on this morning, and if I get some good views, I'll show you. It's 40% chance of rain. I'm hoping it doesn't rain. Then we're supposed to have 2 days of clear skies. I need to dry some gear out. I will see you later. Hasta la vista.
Well, this is a couple of guys I met at the campsite, second night, and the guy with the blue shirt, he tapped out, and the guy in the white shirt, David, we just chatted there. Everybody was asleep. The way it is always when folks are hiking, as soon as it gets dark, they go to sleep. We sit out there in front of the tents and just chatted and had a great time, just a great time. And before that, they had never hung a bear bag. This is not a good example as far as a bear bag, but hanging one. But we went out there and did that together. Chris, one other little note, Chris on the left-hand side, about 2 o'clock, nobody had cell service. About 2 o'clock in the morning, I wake up and I hear somebody talking. And I thought it was David, the guy with the hat, talking in his sleep. And I was thinking, boy, it's really coherent. Find out this Chris, he had butt-dialed his, rolled over and butt-dialed his girlfriend, and they were talking on the phone. Nobody had cell service. And how in the world he had it at 2 o'clock in the morning, I don't know, but it's pretty crazy. Hey guys, this is the roundup for day 2. Nothing exciting. Plus, when you start the trail, at least I am. I'm consumed about getting organized, getting as many miles behind me systematically so I kind of know what's going on, what to expect, because you don't really know. Just like the rainstorm hit me. The second night, it was cold, the wind was blowing, but buddy, that old Hennessy hammock with those blankets just served me. I was just toasty warm. Slept about 8 hours, and I just slept great that night. And so I felt great the next day. But there just wasn't much to show you, so enough babbling here. I'll catch up with you on tomorrow's video. Thanks for watching. Hey, by the way, one other thing I forgot to tell you. In that video, it all kind of blurs over a day or two. I kept saying, well, we're at the top of Sassafras, we're doing this. We never got to the top. Well, we got to the top, and I got to the very top, and the view, I didn't see a great view for you, so I didn't show it to you. I want to tell you this one thing. I had put enough water together. I knew water was going to be scarce, but I was running a little bit low, and I was kind of hungry. And that's one thing that I did come to understand quickly is I have a tendency not to eat when I'm working like that. And I've got to eat. So I got to the top, and these 2 young guys, his name was Will. He was sitting there and with another guy, and he was cutting up cheese, had burritos, had summer sausages. They would make these big, huge, delicious-looking sandwiches. He goes, hey, you want some summer sausage? And I said, I don't want to be accused of being a yogi. Now, a yogi is someone that walks up and goes, hey, that food looks really good. I think I want, they don't say that, but they say, it really looks nice, wanting them to give you some food. Long story cut short, I didn't do that. So he said, have some summer sausage. This is really good. Let me tell you, if you're going to hike, I'm going to buy some summer sausage. I never eat it. That stuff that comes out at Christmas, that's why I never eat it. You never know when it was made. You know, those some sort of farms still every Christmas they're selling, and you look at the cheese and you wonder how old it is or whatever, but he was eating it, and it was just perfect for the trail. So I want to put a shout out to Will and say, Will, thank you. And I did thank him in person. It just really made my day much better, made the day much, much better. About food, I'll cover all this later, I think, at a later time. If you're going to hike the trail, I have come to find out I'm kind of like an early riser. What you think you're going to like at home, you're not going to like it on the trail. So be careful in your planning and putting together a bunch of food, because you probably won't eat it, or you won't want to eat it. Enough. I've talked enough. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks. Bye-bye.